right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another week, another day. My name is. This is a new week entirely, and so this evening we'll be looking at market analysis, gold trade analysis for the new week. Right, we're going to be looking at checking out through what the market has for us for this new week. Yeah, don't mind my background, guys. And my background. Yeah, a minute. So we'll be live. We'll be analyzing the market now. What do we see on gold? What do we expect next on gold? Yeah, and a brief summary of what happened last week. A brief summary of what happened last week. And by the way, last week was very profitable, very profitable, very profitable. Yeah, last week was very profitable. All right, let's go right into it. Let's go right into it, guys. My share my screen now. So basically, for those that have been following, we only analyze good here. Good. We are good at. Yeah. So gold. This is gold. Let's see what the market has for us. So last week was, as I said, it was very, very profitable, guys. So a very, very profitable week for us. Let's see what God has for us this new week. Before we start, let's pray. Say to the Spirit, thank you for those for your efforts. Thank you for last week. Thank you, guys, so much. As we commence this analysis, we ask that you help us give us understanding of the market. In Jesus' name, pray. Amen. Right into it. A quick breakdown of last week's trade. The trades, all the trades I took last week. I took quite a lot number of trades last week, beyond my expectation, guys. Yeah, I took so many trades I didn't expect I was going to take. Yeah. Let's go far back out. Oh, step it, man. Last week, yeah. Last week when last week, I think it was all around this point. Let me check the date. That was when last week Monday was on the 9th. Yeah, it was on the 9th. Okay, on the 9th. So this is still back. Yeah, right about here. So this was last week. I took a number of trades on Monday last week that I didn't expect. I was gonna take, but yeah, I took it. So it started from this point. Markets broke out of this point on Sunday. Was it this point? Yeah, this point rather. Markets broke out. Then I expected a retracement back to this point. Remember my analysis, guys. My strategy. I have a base, a breakout, then retracement. So I expected this retracement, took it. I think yeah, I did analyze these on the live section. I did this on live section if I could remember vividly. So we waited for this as our main zone. This was the main zone we expected gold to drop to. But instead that this was the first expectation we had, we were expecting on gold and for a quick 200 pips, and it did more than that, by the way. So I took this first trade, gave me 200 pips, then opted out, waited for a retracement back to this very zone that we were watching out for, and yeah, I took another buy. I don't swing. Ordinarily, I would have held this trade to this point, but I don't swing. I'm tried my best not to swing. And by the way, last week I sometimes risk more than 100 pips, sometimes to 150 pips because of the massive move that we had on gold. We've been having on gold. By the way. So that was the kind of my RRL last week. That was the RRL last week. So yeah, this trade. You notice I keep mentioning the word zone. I've been saying this gold trade within zones, gold trade within zones, and that's why it's important for you to mark out your zone. So a quick one: how do you mark out your zone for a buy scenario? Look out for a buy candlestick that starts a move, a buy candlestick that initiates a move. For instance, let me draw this out. Oh, is that? So look out for a buy candlestick that initiates a move. For a buy scenario, you mark out the zone. That's your demand zone now. For a buy candlestick that initiates a massive impulse move, which is this. For instance, we have this here. So this green candle that initiated all this move to this upside. So what do we wait for? Wait for a retracement. So you mark out this another green candle that initiated another zone. So this is another zone for us. You see that I've drawn out all these zones out already. So this is how to draw your zones on gold. This is how to draw your zones on gold, right? It's very simple. The same thing for a bearish condition. You also look at for the first candle that initiates a sell. For instance, this candle initiated this sell, this candle here, all the way down. This other candle that initiated a sell. You mark at that point. That point has become a resistance, or you call it a supply zone. At this point, this was the resistance zone. We got to know that because of this red candle that initiated this sell. So that's how to mark out your zone easily for you. You mark out all those zones that are important in the market. Yeah, it makes work easy for you. Because it's very important that you do that because go trade within zone. So that was one. That was it. Those were the trades we took on Monday. I think I took about 3 trades on Monday. Yeah, and they were all profitable, of course. Yeah, but on Tuesday I took another trade and I hit quite some losses on Tuesday. Yeah, I ended Tuesday with losses. Ended Tuesday with losses. What happened? It was supposed to be a profitable trade. I gave it on live section. Yeah, I'm going to be saying this here. I gave the trade live. Everybody hit TP, including my team. I was the only one that hit SL. Why? Because I was expecting more. I tried to swing and neglected my 1 to 2 reward ratios to event. I tried to swing and it ended up on SL. Not just that, I entered multiple entries again, about 2 other entries at retracement, and that added up to my losses. That added up to my losses, guys. So let me go back to 15 minutes time frame. So let me go. Okay, I'm still trying to look up for those trades. On Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday. This is my trades. Quite, we bought at 42. Let me check. Remember, 42, 42. Yeah, I can't remember where I took that trade for, but the trade was profitable, anyways. But I took a loss. So if you notice my trades last week, they all fell into zones, different zones. Just look out for because we're still in a buy continuation. I just look out for zones, major zones that market react to maybe a break and retest zone like this point. Market breaking out of this point, I expect the market to retrace back to this zone, the breakout point, then buy to the upside. Then this zone, for instance, that we took on Monday, a major demand zone, waited for market to retrace back to it. After leap, of course, they will enter at that point. So same thing over and over again, the same thing over and over again. You see the same thing. This one was on Thursday night, market open. Thursday night, market open. I took this buy trade. Yeah, all the way. During the day, I took this sell with my team. With my team, I took this sell with ETP. This one. So it was only Tuesday that was not profit. Yeah, on Wednesday as well, I had losses on Wednesday, but I ended up the day with profit because I recovered the loss that same day. Yeah, so yeah, so that's that about last week. So what are we expecting gold to do this week? That is the most important thing. Technically, gold is still buying to the upside until we get to this point. So however market react to this point is what will determine what next it is we're expecting on gold. But currently, I'm still expecting market to come to this zone here. So I'm still expecting market to come to that zone for so that means we still have a buy continuation before we see any other market movement. Still expecting a buy continuation. Yeah. Oh, yo, my guys won this game. Rogers basketball. Yeah. Nice one. 67, 68, 57. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, yeah, I'm a big fan of my brother, a friend of mine in New York, playing basketball. So at least watch out for his team. All right, so I'm expecting gold to still buy to this point. To this point, um, if you notice why I'm interested in this zone, at this very point, we've had many retracements at this point. This was one market sold from that point. Two significant reactions to this zone. I'm marking up. 3. So every time gets to this point, tracing. So for now, since we've broken above this point, I'm expecting market to get to this point, to this zone. This market to get to this zone. However, the question is, where do we enter? Hmm. So that means you must see something else to give us a confirmation for a buy onto that zone. This zone I talked about is quite a number of pips to the upside. It's still a long journey. Not really long journey, but it's a lot of good for someone that wants to catch up with good profits from 50.50 to 50.96, 96.51. Yeah, that is about 500 pips. 500 pips as low as 0.01. That is $50 for you guys. So it's a lot of move, and gold could actually do this adjust the market open this night. Yeah, well, let's see what are we expecting gold to do for us as market opening. Of course, when market opens on Sunday, it always comes with this huge gap formation. So that's why we might not really see retracement. However, we do our part. We'll just wait. So going to the lower time frame, it's still very obvious that market is coming to this very zone. And here, we're seeing market to come to this very zone. I'm talking about this zone before we see probably something like this, then boom. So this is what I'm expecting. Market to come to this zone, then we will definitely break above this zone this time around. I'm very confident about that. We are going to break above this zone this time around. We had about few touches on it, and yeah, we had about few touches. So we are going to break above this zone. But before then, how can we how can we partake in this trade? And that's what we're going to do this evening. So 15 minutes time frame, we're seeing market close at this point, and where is the nearest demand zone? Fortunately, all my zones have been drawn out already. All of them are already out and can be a guide for you to see. We're expecting market to retrace back to this zone for a buy continuation. It's two things. This is my major expectation for gold. Here, yeah, 49. The zone I marked 49.88. This zone here, yeah, this zone 49.90, 49.86. I'm expecting a possible drop back to that point. Why? Because based on price action, market has always been holding up to this point at different levels. This was here, 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 this point. So this zone has been acting as a very strong zone for gold. I'm expecting market to definitely come to this point, this particular zone to bounce back to the upside. But because of the huge push we always have on ATR sessions on Sundays, might probably see this instead because we have a mini an insider demand zone is at this point, just at this point. So instead of this 49.88, market might just tap on 50.21, just a retracement like this, just something like this, and boom, just just like that. So that is kind of my expectation for gold for someone that wants to partake in today's trade. For someone that wants to partake in tonight's trade, yeah. So that is kind of my expectation on gold. It takes me back to this zone, then move to this upside, then retrace a little bit, even down to this point, then boom, to the upside. So I'm bullish for this week on gold. I'm bullish. So if I would best advise you guys that you just chill off, let market react within this zone, this particular point, let market do whatever it's gonna do here. Let market do whatever it's gonna do. Out, either come straight up without any retracement and just boom, break it out, and then wait for a retracement from this point or buy to the upside. It's as simple as that. So this requires of us patience, right? This requires of us patience. And we just go to do that for us. It's two things. We want to be sure that the market is really going to move in the upside as a continuation. And as you remember, I've mentioned this multiple times that for this kind of scenario, we must see a candle close above this zone. We must see a strong candle close above this zone, a strong bullish candle close above this particular zone before we can confirm a buy continuation to the upside. Because why am I expecting a buy continuation to the upside? The buyers have gained so much momentum in the recent days. especially last week, and I'm expecting market to come to to the last all-time high we had. I'm expecting market to come back to this all-time high. So that is saying that if we break that point, if we break this zone, I expect markets to do this. Let me draw it out. We have a break above this point, so I'm expecting this. Then boom to this side. This is exactly what I'm expecting on gold. So that means for swing traders, you could swing this all the way to just how many pips? 50, like let's say 51, 5100 to 54. That is 4,000 pips plus, guys. That is crazy. Like, that is 4,000 pips, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So it just requires patience from us. Yeah, I might be. Oh, someone is chatting. Where are you from? I'm from Nigeria, guy. I'm from Nigeria. So I might, in a way, take, yeah, DFFYH. Yeah, I'm from Nigeria. Sorry, I've not been seeing your chats. I'm coming from Nigeria, Africa. Thanks for joining my live, by the way. So I might be swinging this. I'm being sincere with you guys. I might be swinging this. I don't know. I've told my team that I want to reward ratio. Yeah, but seeing this opportunity after I had a private class with someone today and we're analyzing gold together, I was like, man, I've seen this huge opportunity for gold for this new week that a very aggressive buy could happen at this very point. Yeah, that is 4,000 pips, baby. 4,000 pips a whole lot. That means if you risk just use 0.01 on this trade, it's going to earn you, that's how much, man? $40. $40. Then what am I saying? 100 pips for 0.01 is $10. 1,000 pips is $100. Oh wow, wow, wow. That is $400. So as low as 0.01 with 100 pips stop loss, that is $400 with 0.01 with this move. So I'll just advise that if you're gonna do this, that you could just risk a little bit of your funds and yeah. So I think my team. Oh yeah, Mr. Dekolo, you're on this you're on this live. Might we might be swinging this. So we're also going to wait for gold to break above this point, very strong break above this point. Wait for a retracement. Now the only prayer I'm going to be praying is that we have a strong retracement to this point. If we could have it, if we can have a very strong retracement to this point, bro, I'm going to take this because this can have happened in 3 days. Because the last time this happened, all this move happened within, I mean, this a 4 hour time frame. Okay, let me change to daily. Oh man, the drop happened within a day, but the move to the upside from that zone happened within 2 days, guys. 4,000 piece move in 2 days. So I might be taking this trade, guys. I'm telling you, I'm talking about swinging now. Might be swinging this for my trade for this week. In between, I'll just do the day trading and all that. So this is my perspective for gold this week. I'm very much bullish on gold. But however, that is dependent on whatever market does at this point. It determines if market is going to break from this zone or not. So we have a very strong break above this point, and we have a strong bullish candle close. A strong bullish candle close. Yeah, Mr. D, let's have it, man. Let's have it, man. So I might be taking this swing. I might be taking this swing. I might be taking this swing. I'm telling you guys. Just do like 0.05 or 0.03. Just leave it. 0.03, that would be $30 for 100 pips, 300 for 1,000 pips. So 2,000 pips is 600. 4,000 pips, that's $1,200, guys. For 0.03 or just 0.05 all the way. So we're expecting a strong break above this point, a strong break above this point, and boom to the upside to this point. Of course, a lot of things will happen. Let's go to a shorter time frame. You see a lot of move. If we can have a strong break like this here, like we had here at this point, look at the aggressive move to the upside, straight up, guys. If you can have something like that, man, I'm gonna be so happy. So I'm going to be so happy. Like for real, I'm gonna be so happy. So yeah, This is what we're looking at for gold. So this requires us to be very patient. It requires us to be very patient, and that is until we have a breakup of this point. That's this bias is not confirmed. This bias is definitely not confirmed. Breakup of this point, and with this kind of aggressive bullish candlestick, bullish engulfing candlestick, right, leaving out liquidity at the point, and yeah, boom, we jump right into it and see. I'm gonna if perhaps I enter this trade on the swing attempts and it does take me out the first time, I will enter again. At least I'll give it three tries because I'm optimistic about this buy to the upside. So I will enter like three times. So if you hearing me that if you hear that catch up phase, so it's gonna be a long ride. It's going to worth it if we can catch up with these guys. There's a long way to the upside, and it will be so amazing that you just enter this kind of trade and within a week you will achieve your TP. Right, that is 4,000 pips. Something good to do. Yeah, sometimes even a day. That's how crazy good is these days. For instance, this place we had 46.56 to, but yeah, that's about 5,000 pips already. So it's something that is very possible on gold. So yeah, this is what we are looking out for this week. You can ask your questions, guys. Rolling your questions. That is that about that. Well, for a short buy continuation, which I don't think I'm gonna take, is this point that we marked out here. For a short buy continuation to this zone is from this point here. Just try a retracement to this point, then boom to the upside. That is another thing. Well, I think I'll rather miss this and wait for the main thing. I'd rather miss that and wait for the main because this could be very, very suspicious. It can be. It can be. It can be, guys. So that is that about it. Let me see what we got from the comment section. Ask your questions, guys. Let's engage. Let's engage. Let's engage these chats. What do we have? You have any other opinion you've seen on the chat? Type it out. You have something you want to speak about. You have a question. If you don't get the analysis right, just speak about it, guys. Speak, speak, speak. I'm listening and I'm here for the next probably 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes more. I would be here. So this is what we're expecting on gold. Man, for real, I'm gonna be so happy if you catch up with this trade. So I will definitely watch out for this movement. That is crazy. That is crazy. A whole lot. Risking, let's say we are risking 200 pips because it's a very long move. I won't be risking $100 on this. Let's say we're risking 200 pips. Yeah. This 200 pips, let me see what zone it is. Yeah, fair enough. Let's say we're risking 200 pips. That is 200 pips to get. Man, I'm so pumped for this trade already, guys. Like, let's see if I can build my psychology to hold on to this kind of trade. Oh, that is about 3,000 pips. Oh, this was 4,000 pips completed. 349. I'm making a mistake. Oh, 3,049 pips. It's still a lot. 3,490 pips. That's a lot. That's a lot. For 0.05, for 0.05, that's how much? That is 50 times 30. That's $1,500, guys. Man, I'm pumped for this. I'm pumped for this. I'm pumped for this. So risking $100 to make $1,500 is crazy, and it sounds so interesting for me. It sounds so interesting to me, guys. So if you got any question, I'm all here. Let's have it. Let's have it, guys. Let's have it. So this is our analysis for the week on gold. This is our analysis on the week on gold. Yeah, nothing more than this. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Do you have any questions? Drop your questions, guys. Drop your questions. Drop your questions, guys. Any question? If you don't understand what I just talked about, the analysis, yeah. So this might just be the case. A straight breakout without any retracement to this point. We have a retracement back sometimes to this point. Then we can buy from another move above this point to the upside. Then we can hold this in particular. Yeah, for the week. This should happen this week. Definitely, I'm very confident about that. This should happen this week. Kind of, it should. So it's going to be a very great ride to the upside, and it does what it does what we just have like 200 p stop loss, and yeah, that is that about that. Any question, guys? Any question? D whatever. Where are you? Are you still on the live? Are you still on the live? Any question, guys? Do you have questions? I'm gonna be running up this live session soon. Because I'm done, literally, we're done, we're done. For those that are, that are just joining, we have for good. A break above this massive supply zone. Very interesting supply zone. Let me use that word. This is a very interesting supply zone. We're expecting a break above it. Man, these dogs are making us. So we're expecting a clear break above this particular supply zone and then a retracement back to this point. So this is basically break and retest pattern for us, guys. This is basically break and retest, or you call it support or resistant turn support here in basic market structure analysis. Resistant turn support. This is what we're expecting at this point. This at this moment, these are resistant. So a successful break above this point, then a retracement simply means this resistance are turned to a support zone that pushes the market to the upside. This is basically what we're expecting. But we said if you're going to catch up with the trade, if you want to catch up with this trade from the market opening this night, you wait for a retracement in between this, just buy to the upside straight up. Just buy to the market, to the upside straight up. That is if market doesn't push to the upside straight away, because oftentimes market creates gaps during the share sessions, especially on Sundays. Yeah. So I'm not expecting a retracement, any kind of good retracement from that point. Market will just buy up straight up and might not even give us a very strong retracement to this zone exactly. But we're going to wait. Let's see if we have another zone we should watch out for before that one interested zone, because yeah, all about it. Let's see what happens. Because at this point we never had a retracement. The moment we broke up above this point, we never had a retracement. Look at market just kept buying to the upside straight. On the 45 minutes, we had no retracement at all. Let's go to 15 minutes time frame. Maybe there was a retracement. Maybe let's check it out. There was no retracement, guys. It was also a market open, was it? Let me check. It was a Tuesday, not a market open, guys. So, oh, we had no retracement at all, guys. We had no retracement at all. Market just broke above it and pushed so aggressively to the upside. So this could be the scenario. And if this happens, it's gonna be so painful because I'm expecting a retracement. But most definitely we should see a retracement this time around. We should see possibly. I'm open on that. Open on that. Yeah, I'm open on that. So this is all about tonight's section. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, guys. See ya tomorrow. If I'll be live, I should in the morning to give you all market updates. I should. So I feel there are no questions. Nobody's asking any questions. Interesting. Interesting. Nobody's asking any question. Nobody's asking any question. That's quite interesting. So that is that about that. That is that about that. Thank you, Jesus, for tonight, for opening our eyes to what we need to see. We ask that this will be profitable for us. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Just before we go, guys, you must know this. We can't do this thing on our own except the Lord help us. Because to stay disciplined is not an easy thing. We can talk about it, easily. You can talk about it. But believe me, it's not as easy as we speak about it. Staying disciplined is not easy. I have to be frank with you. You know, this week I started having this strange feeling whenever I enter a trade after my loss on Tuesday. Once I enter a trade like this, my heart rate just is. I was like, damn, what is this, man? It was it happened about two times, and I was like, nah, nah, nah. So we shouldn't come to that point whereby we come to this state of mind whereby we get scared of entering the market or whatsoever might call it. So be sure of whatever you analyze and be confident about it. Go right into it and trust God to help you to stay disciplined. That is the most important thing. Guys. We have to really trust God to help us stay disciplined. We have to trust God to help us stay disciplined. Right? Yeah. You're laughing, Mr. Day. I guess you know how much I lost on Tuesday. Yeah, I lost about how much? Yeah. Well, I had crazy loss, sha. But thank God I was able to recover all and ended the week with profits. Right. So we have to trust God to help us. We have to be patient. I was emphasizing that for my private student this evening that one major thing that we need in this market is just extreme patience. That we don't rush into the market straight away. We just stay calm for market to react to it. Imagine this being our major point of interest in the market, and market just open and I just jump right into it without careful analysis, and a market takes me out. Yeah, it's not a good thing for my heart. It's not. Yeah, I know I have heart attack because of trading. Guys, if you don't want to have heart attack, be cool. Let me speak Igbo. You must learn to be patient with the markets. Don't rush it. You must trust God to help you achieve this. You must trust God to help you achieve this. You must trust God to help you achieve this. So this week, stay disciplined, stay sharp and active because good move requires so much activeness. That doesn't mean you should be active 24/7. No, to a certain extent, you can just brief check your chart, see if market has dragged you, or you set an alarm. Yeah, I think I should do that. I should do that. Set an alarm. That is what has been helping me these days. Has been helping these days. That has been helping these days. What zone is that? 5001. 50. So, no, that alarm is wrong. It's not 50. It's 51. Yeah, 51 rather. 51. So let's set an alarm. Yeah, 51. Let me check it. 51. Yeah, 5100. 5100. Let's see what happens at this zone. So I don't just because I have this as a POI, I don't just jump right into markets. No, I have to watch out for candle reactions, watch out for consolidation and all that at that point. So that is not enough reason to just jump into the market. By the way, I'm going to give you a market update on this tomorrow morning possibly. I will try and do that. I will try and do that possibly tomorrow morning. I will try and do that, right? So I can't but re-emphasize the word patience and patience, guys. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. Definitely, this is going to play out one way or the other this very week. So be patient, guys. So about tonight's section. Um, wishing you all a very profitable week ahead. A week filled with so much discipline. I trust God to help you and helping myself to make money. All right, this is gonna be a great week for us, guys. See ya possibly tomorrow. Good night and stay disciplined. And don't forget to involve God. All right, good night.